shit.
Oh.
Hello there.
We're here, we're back, and welcome to LightSaber Radio, your weekly hive of scum and villainy. I'm Charlie, and thank you for joining us for this weekend episode of LightSaber Radio. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to join our live shows on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you like this video, drop us a like. It means the whole galaxy. Hi, everybody.
What's happening?
Dang, Charlie's out here like a rapper. She got the whole thing memorized.
I've said it so many times now that it's now just ingrained into my brain.
Well, you skipped over for anything and everything Star Wars, and I was like mouthing along to the words, and you didn't say that part, and I was like, oh, dang, she changed it up.
Damn. Got to keep them guessing.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. How is everyone doing this week? Everyone good?
I'm tired of shit. They worked the hell out of me this week. I don't want to work no more. I just want to. I'm really thinking about retiring. If I wasn't under contract, I would retire right now.
I can respect that.
I'd love to retire, but I'm 23.
I was going to say maybe a little young, just a touch.
I live into 40. I'm just kidding.
What's going on, Cardboard Cutout and Dylan? How you guys doing today? Nick's in the chat. What's going on, Nick?
As is traditional, this week's Hothbreaker, money no object. What is your ultimate pimp your ride? What is the car? What is the ship? What is the transport you are spending all of those credits on to be pull up, impress the ladies?
Oh shit.
I'll go first because I've had mine thought out. Mine would be it's disappeared out of my head, but the big silver ship that Padme has in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
I want to be seen. I want to be noticed.
An entirely chrome ship. I don't know about that though. When you flying through space, people would be shooting at you. It'd be real easy to see you. Like, just shoot the big shiny ship. I don't know. I'd want one of them. I'd want one of those casino barges that like sails out over when it goes over the edge of the waterfall and just flies off. I want one of those. That would be my car right there. I just have the whole casino, just be making money.
It's always about making the money. Garrison, do you have any idea what your ultimate cruise in Star Wars would be?
I just take like Snoke's like flagship. Just have that whole thing it's a space cruise ship. It's a space yacht.
That'd be cool.
I did also consider Jabba's sail barge just for kind of like the dual function, sort of space to party, kind of like a limo, but like bigger.
Yeah, like a party bus, but a party barge.
Oh my God, party bus.
I do really like the Jedi Starfighters though, just the regular ones that you see in episode 3. They're just cool.
Yeah, but could you imagine just being in one of those and it'd be so confined? You'd be like restricted.
That's true.
Oh shit, it's all small. You got to go any far.
What? How tall is Aiden Christensen? He fit in okay.
Yeah, but you just imagine he flew all the way to Camino from the thing. Even though you're going to light speed, it's like unless you was like a Jedi, you go to like some type of Jedi meditation. And like just go to sleep or something like that. That would be a long trip in that little tight compartment. Just like, oh God, this is taking forever.
Nick wants to know if anybody would choose the Falcon.
No.
No,
I love
we just
her.
said we're
I
gonna
love
like
her.
we're picking up the
Like-
ladies, and every time they see it, they're like, "That's a piece of junk." So what ladies you gonna get with the Falcon?
Like this is the
Yeah, but-
famous Millennium Falcon. It looks like a piece of crap.
Yeah, but take
Yeah.
the Falcon and then chrome it. Now we're talking.
Oh yeah, cardboard cutout. I
18-inch
do like the
rims.
Ghost. Yeah, cardboard cutout got a good idea. Take the Ghost from Rebels, the Rebels Ghost. Yeah, I like it just because it's like a square. It's like a box Chevy, just a big like a square looking thing. Yeah,
Or you could
Pimp
do
that out.
the Hammerhead Corvette because it's a Corvette, but
yeah.
so,
I think I might change
Falcon
my
is like
answer.
you all. Dylan, you right.
I'm changing my answer to that blue Vespa in that like third episode of Mandalorian that you two hated.
You'll be going like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We can run faster than you.
Yeah. Safety first, guys. Safety first.
Those are like the cars that you get at Walmart for like people who can't walk and just drive that.
How do you know I can't walk, Garrison? Huh? I tell a lie. I tell a lie. What are we discussing this week? What are we
We are
talking
going.
about?
Here, go ahead, Garrison. You tell everybody what we're going to be talking about.
So this week CJ actually came up with this idea. Pretty good idea. If you had to hire a bounty hunter, which one would you hire?
Oh, okay, that's kind of. I don't know. Like honestly, like I would hire Boba Fett if it was Boba Fett, not the new Boba Fett in the thing. I'm not hiring him.
I'm not hiring him.
If we're going off of Boba Fett from the book of Boba Fett, I'm hiring Cad Bane. But if we're going off of old Boba Fett, like before the book of Boba Fett came out, I'm hiring Boba Fett. Boba Fett don't lose. Like I just got done listening to all the Mandalorian Wars, and dude, Boba Fett is dope. That dude is the best planning bounty hunter in the world. He's just not very good at planning a crime syndicate. He's not very good at that.
We can't. Boba Fett, we have to take like modern day Boba Fett. He's just no. Unless I'm hiring them to get something out of a Sarlacc pit for me.
Yeah.
Actually, no. In that case, I'm getting Fennec Shan because she's the one who did everything.
I was going to say, hi, Rural Fanboy. Nice to see you back in the chat. It is getting late for me, but I don't mind. I'm a bit of a night owl. I would probably, again, Garrison brought this point up earlier. It is solely dependent on the job. I think each bounty hunter in the Star Wars universe has a very specific skill set for a very specific set of things. I would personally pick Fennec. Quick, efficient, in and out, job done. That would be.
Well, and that's another question. Are we going dead or alive?
Yeah. All right. So all right. Let's just say, for the sake,
Okay.
they're being sent to kill like your arch enemy.
Okay.
Then I'm taking Fennec. I'm
This
taking
is
Fennec.
Yeah.
She can shoot.
Yeah,
She
I'm
a sharpshooter.
I'm taking Fennec, like sniping from a distance, straight in the middle of the head. Gone.
Okay, protecting you then.
What's going on, Ethan? Thank you for joining the show.
Hey, Ethan. Thanks for joining us. For protection, BK.
Din. Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I was gonna do Din Djarin, but BK's pretty good.
See-
yeah. See, we didn't even think about it. I might get Din Djarin, yeah, because the Mandalorian.
He's got some cool stuff.
And like if you when you like in the beginning of the Mandalorian, like he's like the number one bounty hunter. Boba Fett's gone. Nobody knows where Bosk is at this point. He is like the number one go-to guy to get the job done. And he's gonna bring back your guy, whoever you got him going to get. He's bringing him back encased in carbonite because the ship just now he don't have the ship because they blew the ship up. IG-88 is a good one. Ethan, yep.
That's true.
That would be a good one.
See, the thing is, if I personally hired the Mandalorian, it would become less about the job and more about converting him from his bounty hunter ways, flying off into the sunset with Grogu as our adopted son. Like my plan of attack would be a lot different. It would not be about the bounty; it'd be about the man.
I wonder if you could hire Fennec as like, you know, a sex slave or something. Like, I'll just give you money.
Kyle, no.
This is bounty hunting, not prostitution. Let's just relax.
What about like Bosk? Because I learned some really interesting things about him. His species, they have incredibly sensitive smell and infrared vision, which basically makes them perfect for bounty hunting.
If you in the book in the Bane trilogy, when they're going through in the first book when they're actually doing the Sith and the war and the Brotherhood of Darkness, they go there, they almost get wiped out. The Republic and because they can't see at night and they attack at night, so they can't see them, but they don't see good in the day.
Aww.
So and they'll eat you. They eat their own. Bosk's dad ate his dad.
Bosk ate all of his hatchmates, all of his brothers and sisters.
And so did his dad. His dad ate all his brothers and sisters. And then he actually ate his own dad, which was kind of crazy when he took over the crime syndicate.
I mean,
I was just looking like literally. And like Dylan just said, don't sleep on Din Djarin. I don't know. Din Djarin, like you
Dengar.
Dengar. It's like there's several bounty hunters out there that are good for a certain purpose. Like if you want somebody to be
nails, man.
But I don't know. I think I would have to go. I don't know. I think out of all the bounty hunters, I think the best one is, not Boss, but Cad Bane. Cad Bane. I mean, this dude broke into the Jedi archives or the Jedi palace and stole the thing, or stole the paperwork that had where all the younglings was at for the Emperor. So that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That's to break in. Or not, he didn't break into Jedi, he broke into Senate. That's right. He broke into Senate. And then he had like everybody captured. And I mean, that dude, Cad Bane.
Yeah, dude, Cad Bane's pretty dope.
Yeah.
What about like Reiko Hardin, but not like the regular one, the one where Obi-Wan's pretending to be him? Because then it's technically Obi-Wan.
Yes, I was reading about
outside the box. Because then you're technically hiring Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan would kick ass.
Ethan just brought up a good point with the Bosk species. They can regrow their limbs. So you cut off one of their limbs, they can regrow them. That's kind of dope. So, you have to like cut their head off. I'm pretty sure it's like a regular lizard. You can't cut their head off. Cut a tail off, they grow up back a tail. But if you cut their head off.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Obi-Wan disguised as somebody else being a bounty hunter. That would be...
That was a good episode of the Clone Wars. That was a really good episode.
Oh, Embo. We can't sleep on Embo because he has a hat and a dog.
Yeah.
He has a hat and a
dog.
I don't know.
I still think I would pick Cad Bane.
No.
Cad Bane is probably the best overall bounty hunter out of everybody.
Do you think he's the most well-rounded, sort of the best kind of broad spectrum of abilities?
Yeah. And I think they made him look kind of bad with Fennec beating him up. I think he was just old at that point or something.
Yeah.
I think really whooped him.
I think in his prime, he beat Fennec.
Yeah, but imagine...
He always gets the job done, which so does Boba.
True.
Like old Boba.
Plus, he's so cool. Boba. He's like a cowboy, and I love that.
Yes. Anything space cowboy.
When he does the quick draw, he's standing there and he does the quick draw in the Bad Batch. That was pretty dope.
Okay.
like it was like high noon.
Since chat are discussing this, who has the better hat, Embo or Cad Bane?
Cad Bane, dude. Embo, get out of here.
Slander. I will not stand for Embo slander on this channel.
But doesn't Embo, can he throw his hat kind of like, what's his face from Mortal Kombat?
Frisbee.
Yeah.
He's wearing a frisbee on his head, bro. It doesn't even compare to Cad Bane.
Like, they stole that off of Mortal Kombat. You know?
Yeah.
Because Mortal Kombat was out first, so they had to do it.
Also, Nick's point about Bosk species, he says, but how quickly? Would he have a tiny arm for the rest of the mission? Wouldn't that be distracting? Like,
grab my little arm. It's the strong one. No, get it away from me. Don't touch me with that little hand. It's creepy. You got a baby arm. Man, that makes me think of Deadpool.
Yeah, dude.
He was all tiny. Oh, that was good. I don't know. I just think overall bounty hunter, you have to go with Boba Fett or Cad Bane because they always get the job done. Either one of those two, you're guaranteed to get the job done.
None of us have discussed Django.
We don't know enough about Django. Like, really, we don't know enough about Django to see how. Like, he couldn't even kill Padme. He had to hire somebody else, and then she failed. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sam Wessel tried, okay? He tried.
Django is the epitome of like, he's the physical specimen that they based the clones off of. So obviously he was doing something right.
Yeah, that's
true,
what
but-
I was going to argue. He was picked by the Kaminoans as like peak human performance, which technically makes Boba like Captain America, if you want to use that breakdown.
Captain America with an Iron Man suit.
No, I think Django could do a good job at protecting you. I think he'd be really loyal, really loyal.
Is he protecting me from Jedi? Then I'd rather have someone else. Sorry.
He didn't do too well.
If you need protection from Jedi, who would you select?
I'll just be sitting there like.
If I was going for protection from Jedi,
Yeah.
We're fucked. Run.
oh shit! Like if they were like fighting
Which Jedi?
like,
Which
the Jedi and the Sith and stuff like that, I would have to go with dang man, as a bounty hunter. What's the dude from Revan in the Revan book? What's his name? His friend. That's what I would go with because they just fought.
Yeah.
I would go with him, and he was a bounty hunter, and he's a Mandalorian, and he ended up becoming a Mandalore. Wow, what was his name? He was from Clan Order. I can't remember what his name is, but that dude was pretty dope.
Nick brought up Ventress, because she's Jedi trained and was a bounty hunter for a little while, but also you could
Jedi
argue
and
that
Sith trained because she
Jedi
started
and
off
Sith
being trained
Okay,
by a
then I
Jedi,
say
and then
Ventress.
Is it Calo Nord? The
Calo Nord?
bounty hunter from Revan.
yeah, something like
Is that
that.
it?
I think
Calo
so.
Nord or something?
I know he's from Clan Order. No, I don't think I can't remember what his name is.
Oh, whatever. Sorry. That was random.
No, it's all right, but yeah, I think
Did Ethan get it right?
Canderous. That's it. Yep, it's Canderous.
Oh,
Dylan,
Nice one.
or Ethan.
Nice
Ethan.
one.
Yep, Ethan. Thank you. Yeah, it's Canderous. Yeah, Canderous was and they fought he fought in the Jedi Wars, the Mandalorian Wars. So that dude knows how to fight Jedi, and he ended up being one of Revan's best friends after the war. So yeah, that dude.
Nice.
I would pick him if it was to protect me against Jedi or Sith because they know them. The old Mandalorians know how to. Yeah. Yeah, Mark.
So
Thank you, Mark, for joining. And you're actually is Canderous Ordo, and he's from Clan Ordo, or
Hi,
Clan
Mark.
Orto, or whatever.
okay, so if you were
Thanks, Ethan.
if you were in Jabba the Hutt's position, I'm talking affluent, in charge, powerful, money, who would be the bounty hunter at your side? Rather than just like a one-time hire. You'd pick Boba Fett. Fair?
Because Boba Fett is around at this point. If you're like in that time period, Boba Fett is the best. There ain't nobody better than Boba Fett.
That's true.
Just now that Boba Fett is in charge of the crime syndicate, he sucks. So
Yeah, he's good for muscle. He's not the best at brains.
Fair.
Well, that's the crazy
I
thing.
think that's what Fennec makes up for is she's the
And that's the craziest thing. See, that's what's getting me. After listening, so let me recant on a lot of the crap that I said about the book of Boba Fett, because if you're listening to the books, and the books is all like 70% of it is like flashbacks. Like all three of the books is a gang of flashbacks. So I'm like, all right, they took the flashbacks. There ain't no Sand People, and then I said the Sand People saved them at one point. There ain't even no Sand People in there. I don't know what I was thinking. So I was completely wrong. And then, but and Boba had like, he was very, very intelligent. He, like the way he manipulated Bosk and everybody and figured everything out. That dude was super smart. That's why I really don't know what's going on with the book of Boba Fett, because the past tense, they used that. They've used other things out of the books, but like he's never soft in the books. Like he's never this, and he's super intelligent. So I don't know what the plan or idea is with the book of Boba Fett now. So it's super weird. Like,
it's to Disneyfy him.
Yeah,
it's to Disneyfy him. They're trying to make him a Disney hero.
Oh.
Yep. Even Vader hired him.
As a freelancer.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing, because if you read the books, there's like Prince Caesar and like all these different people, and Boba's like working for them all, but he's manipulating them all at the same time. Boba like kind of destroys the bounty hunter guild at one point when Bosk's dad is running it. Bosk ends up killing his dad, and then Bosk takes over, but it's all broken apart. And he's trying to get rid of all the old bounty hunters and bringing in. It's crazy. But Boba Fett is the one that designed everything for it to happen. So it's like, what are you doing now in the book of Boba Fett? Because I don't see you designing anything. It seems like Phoenix just getting upset. Everybody looks at you like you're a punk. And like, where's this intelligent scheme? That's why I got it. Like now, after listening to the books, I really got to watch. I really want to know what's going to happen with the season, because I'm like, dude, there has to be something that happens, because Boba's way too intelligent for the way he's acting right now. There got to be some type of hidden plot. There has to be something in the background that he's working on.
Regarding the books, I've also been doing my own research, because fun fact, all of your questions this week are Boba Fett Legends questions.
Oh, shit. Well,
This
I'm
week?
listening to all the books.
Yeah, this week. I've been doing some reading, and I'm really, really interested to see how much they are actually pulling from what's considered like Legends stories.
Well,
it's been really fascinating.
Boba never, and actually, the whole thing is written. It was written and then it was published by Del Rey. Del Rey is a canon. Del Rey is who publishes canon books. So all the books of all the Mandalorian Wars is canon, because they're all published by Del Rey. Del Rey publishes all the canon books. That's the only books that they publish is the canon books. But Boba never loses his armor. He takes it off. And there's only like, it kind of, I think they drew on the Mandalorian and the Watchers and all that stuff, because people don't know what Boba Fett looks like.
Yeah.
Like, there's only a few people in the books that have actually seen his face. But he gets so that's kind of like they took that part out and put it in the Mandalorian. But it's kind of strange because he lost his armor, but they had to tie in with the Mandalorian on that, because he never loses his armor in the books. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. I feel like the books, like Disney just wants to do their own thing completely. Like the books are irrelevant, honestly, with Disney.
Din Djarin finds him. Din Djarin's the one that helps him, and one of the Twi'lek girls, and she's trying to figure out who she is, and she's like got her mind wiped, and so they're the ones that like saved him from, like, he got out of the Sarlacc pit. He killed the Sarlacc, but he didn't really get out of the Sarlacc pit. He kind of like got out, but then they helped him, and it wasn't the Sand People. I could have swore the first time I listened to him, but that was years ago that the Sand People helped him, and then they took that from the books. But I was completely
the Mandela
wrong.
effect for Star Wars. Misremembering Sand People.
I could have swore. I could have swore that there were Sand People in there, and I didn't hear one thing about Sand People the whole time. I say, man, I was over here talking on the podcast like I knew what the hell I was talking about. I'm just looking like an idiot. Everybody's like, what the hell is he talking about?
I am thoroughly delighted that we all know so much about bounty hunters to have such an interesting discussion.
It's just hard to pick one because there's so many good ones.
I pick all of them. My final answer, CJ, I pick all of them.
If I was Boba Fett right now, I would hire them all to come work for me. Like, just come work for me. You don't even have to be bounty. I'm Jabba the Hutt now. I got plenty of money. I'll just pay the shit out of y'all, and y'all can just kill everybody for me. I'll just get all the best, and just don't kill each other. If you do, it'll be fun to watch, but I'll have to feed your body to the rankers. Or
I feel like Din is the safest bet because he seems like he'd have the most loyalty. Like, he wouldn't betray me after. Like, if I got some kind of like friendship with him, he wouldn't betray me afterwards. All the other ones, I feel like there's a possibility of them betraying me and screwing me over in the end.
I think everybody in
Greedo, Ethan, you have Greedo?
Greedo got shot in the face like in the very first episode of Star Wars. I shot first. like Greedo wasn't even smart. He should have just walked up and said, all right, come on. We ain't sitting down.
It's overconfident.
He want to sit down and talk. And, Han is sitting there like, pow, beat. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have a chance. Like you didn't even. That was just stupid. Like why are you talking to him? Man? Just arrest him, tie him up, put some cuffs on him, and take him to Jabba. You want to sit down and have a drink and talk to him, and then you get shot. You're the worst bounty hunter ever.
Oh my gosh. I wondered, I know that we spoke about the worst parts of Star Wars last week, and I know over the course of this is our 35th episode, guys?
Yeah,
36th?
So, 35th.
35th. Oh my goodness, 35th.
Yep, 35th episode.
I know we've talked about this sort of briefly over a course of a couple of episodes, but I want to know what the scenes are in Star Wars that mean the most to you, that give you the fullest kind of feeling of Star Wars, that real sort of, yes, this is it, this is perfect. It can be from any particular trilogy. You can go through all of them if you've made a list.
Dude, let's go episode by episode, bro.
Yeah, fair.
Are we starting in practical order or like authentic order?
Let's go like 1, 2, 3. Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, or Rogue One Solo.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, so all right, I'll go first.
I'm so sorry, Nick. We'll get to your question in a sec.
All right, episode 1. Episode 1. I think we're all going to get the same thing for episode 1.
Oh, you're going to say the same thing, because for me, it's Luke staring at the binary suns with the music in the background. That's the...
I thought we were talking about episode 1, like Phantom Menace episode 1.
I'm sorry. I get them mixed up in my head. Phantom Menace. Oh, God.
My favorite scene in the Phantom Menace, when the doors open up and Darth Maul standing there with the double-bladed lightsaber.
It's the iconic...
one, and then...
Yes.
That was probably the best scene.
That's easy.
One of the best scenes ever in Star Wars, because like it just captivated you. Like,
so good. Good.
2, I would say...
Bro, y'all are gonna hate me, but mine's like, it's either Anakin fighting with 2 lightsabers. That's like just one of the coolest ones.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it's stupid, but the wedding scene at the end.
Yeah.
Because the lake, it's the same lake from like the James Bond movie, and I don't know, I just like it.
I would have to say ultimately in 2 is when Yoda drops his cane and lights his lightsaber. Because that's something we had never seen Yoda use a lightsaber. We never seen Yoda do nothing like that. That right there was like, dude, Yoda's about to fight. Yoda, the Grand Master of the Jedi, is about to fight. Oh my God.
I'm changing my answer. You're right.
3 has to be the has to be the Anakin and Obi
Oh, we
fight.
skipped Charlie in episode 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. My answer was the same as Garrison's. I am a huge sucker for the wedding, particularly Padme's dress. There is just something about that.
Man,
actually,
Padme
having
is just
said
fine.
that,
What are you talking about? That whole like every scene that Padme is in is just amazing.
Dude, I'm wrong, dude. Padme sitting there in like that outfit, like chained up. That's my favorite scene.
Garrison, please. You're telling me the Bacchus Lake dress doesn't do it for you? That one that's all those shades of blue and purple when all you see is the line of her back. And
Dylan brought up a really good point in the chat. Dylan brought up a very good point in the chat.
Yeah,
when the Jedi revealed himself in the arena, that was a great scene too. All the Jedi just standing there. When Mace puts the lightsaber up to Django's, when he just like, and that was dope. But I still have to go with when Yoda, because nobody's seen Yoda fight ever. That's the first time we ever seen Yoda fight.
It really is like quintessential Star Wars. So beautiful.
Honorable mention was Django Fett when he shoots and then he like spins his gun and puts it back in his holster. Yes. I do like that. That was pretty sick.
There was a lot of good parts. It's so hard to pick just like a particular scene in any movie because there's so many good scenes. 3 though got to go to Anakin
right
and
on
Obi.
Mustafar? Yeah, dude. That iconic with the lava behind and
Anakin, I loved you. I hate you.
Yeah, dude.
That's mine.
It hurts. You were the chosen one. You were my brother,
Snake.
Anakin.
I loved you. I'm welling up
Um,
just thinking about it.
4.
Dylan has been arguing this entire time that the entire movie for episode 3 needs to be the
Three-
answer.
All the
'cause
movies
whole
are great.
thing-
What are you talking
So
about?
good.
Like, if we was going, like, dude, all the movies are good. Like, I like all there's not one Star Wars movie that I do not like. So, you know what I'm saying? That I don't think that there's amazing, like, the whole movie is great. That's why we do this podcast. But if we're trying to pick, like, a particular scene in 4, I would have to go with when Vader hits Obi-Wan with the lightsaber and he drops and Luke is like, and it's just that whole scene right there. Because the crazy thing, as soon as he hits him with the thing, he was like, I'll become more powerful than you can ever imagine. He hits him and then he just disappears. Like, where'd he go? That's it. It was just, I don't know what it was about that moment, but it was like, where'd he go? Like, he didn't get cut in half? Like, what? He just disappeared?
For me, Luke staring at the binary sunsets, and also Han Solo with "We're all fine. How are you?"
Oh, that's a great scene. That's a great scene. That's a great scene.
We're fine.
Did not
How are
need
you?
to be that way.
That's a good one. I do like that one.
The
Garrison,
5.
what are your favorite bits from A New Hope? Because you're skipping Kyle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably the same as Charlie, honestly. Either the sunset, because it's just like an iconic scene, or we're fine. How are you? Or wait, no. Actually, no. Han shooting first. Oh, I don't know where I was going.
How could we forget? Iconic.
Yeah, that's mine. Han shooting first.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire. That's hard.
I love you. I know. I'm a sucker for the romance. I'm a sucker for the romance. The fact that
I love you. I know.
As well.
I love you. I know. Or
no, I
when
am
they
your
walk
father.
into the room. Or when they walk into the room and
when they walk,
Darth
that's
Vader's
what I was gonna say. When they walk in the room with Darth Vader just standing there, like, I like the fact of, because it really showed you what would happen if a Sith or a Jedi was getting shot at, not no Kylo Ren stopping a bolt in the middle of the air.
I like it.
You can't stop bolts in the middle of the air. The Force don't work like that.
I just liked how like he's shooting at Darth Vader and Darth Vader's like, this is kid stuff. Are you kidding me? Like, just how easy it was and like how much of a joke it was to him. I liked it.
But the most iconic scene in there is the "I am your father."
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the most iconic, I think.
Even though it's so misquoted.
Yeah. And it's just I think it's because it was so clumsy, it made it so good. Because it was a very clumsy scene. Like, what? Like, but just the shock, "I am your father."
Yeah.
That was the one that just shocked the shit out of everybody. Like, what? Vader's his father? Oh my God. That was probably the best scene.
I do admit, I do have to give some love for the Battle of Hoth and Dylan's point of Yoda lifting Luke's X-Wing. That was, considering we think at this point Yoda's this old, decrepit.
That was a good scene too. And the line was good. There is no try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
That was very emotional. Like, dude, this little green guy just lifted his whole ship out of the water. There's so many. That's why it's one of the best movies ever. If we go on to 6.
Love it.
Luke
and Darth Vader fighting, just like the red and the green.
It is the most beautifully choreographed, I think.
Oh man, we skipped like Rogue One. We went right over
Rogue One.
Yeah,
we did.
Rogue One. We gotta go back.
Darth Vader.
One.
Darth Vader.
That's a great scene. But my favorite scene in Rogue One is when what's his face? The guy to play Emma, I can't think of his name right now. When he just walking the forces with me and they're just shooting at and he just walking through it.
I want with the force with me. I want with the force with me. I want with the force.
And he just walking that shit had me like,
that was
nuts. What's wrong with this guy? I think
seeing the Death Troopers for the first time.
Yeah,
badass they were. Oh,
But that scene right there is the one that just got me like, holy shit, what the hell? This guy's crazy. But it was just so good. I was like, this guy's just walking like the force. Like, oh, you're nuts, man. That's the one that stuck with me.
Or like just a farmer that's a bit below your abilities. He's like, it's a simple life. I don't know why. It's such a good meme too. And or careful not to choke on your aspirations, director.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Beautiful.
But I think the one that sticks out to me the most is when he's walking through. I think that one even stuck out more than the Vader scene at the end. And the reason why, because we've had already seen the Vader scene at the end. It just was way better when they did it in Rogue One.
Yeah.
For me, like end of the story, it's either the end where Darth Vader's walking through the hallway, or actually like when they shoot the Death Star and the people are just sitting there like, and they know they're gonna die.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was different from what we see. It's like heroes can die; they're sacrificing for the good of the galaxy. I just liked it. It was good.
Solo. I think if it really, to me, in Solo is the Chewbacca and him fighting. Even though I think it was a pointless scene, it was probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
For me,
because there wasn't no big. I mean, there wasn't. He was just a big muddy furry thing, and they're just fighting in the thing. I don't know. That's the one that kind of. Even though I was like, why is this even in here? Like, we already know the story. You know what I'm saying? They said it multiple times. Like, we really don't need to see this. But I think it was the best. So it was like, and it's messed up because I said it was the worst scene, but it's the worst scene and the best scene. It's one of them oxymorons things. It's just like, to me, it was like, that's the thing that stuck out to me. That's the thing when somebody says, tell me the first thing you remember about Solo. That's the first thing I remember about Solo. And then
I loved the train heist, and I also really loved seeing Darth Maul. Like, he was like my first Star Wars villain, because Phantom Menace was my first Star Wars film, and I was not expecting him to just appear. And I lost my little mind, especially because I was really late to Solo, really late. I put it off and didn't think I'd be interested in it. Absolutely loved it. Really, really surprised. But yeah, Kyle's right as well. The fight between Han and Chewie is...
It was just... Because there wasn't a lot... Like, the only effects really was just the suit. And he's just covered in mud. It was just two people fighting in this pit.
It felt raw and real.
It just felt really, really real. And the way it was shot was just excellent. That's the thing that always sticks out of my head. Now, if we move on up, since we already did New Hope and Return, I have to think...
Another New Hope one?
Huh?
Another New Hope one that I really liked was Han Solo running down the hall after the stormtroopers and going,
yes!
Ah! And then running back. I really like that scene. Yes. Continue on.
Return of the Jedi. Whenever I think of Return of the Jedi, I always think of when Leia gets shot and she's on the ground and Chewie and them pull up in the big thing in the walker.
Yes.
And he pops out the top and he's like, and he's like, hey, come down here. And then he's like, no, wait a minute. Stay up there. Shoot the door. Like, I was like, dude, I don't know. Just for some reason, that part always pops in my head. That, and then when Luke tells Leia that he is her sister, because it just like, what? Like, y'all was kissing. Like, that's nasty. Yeah, you kissed your sister. It just pops in my head.
Leia's scene with Wicket when they first meet, just that really sort of gentle, sort of soft interaction where there's no fighting, there's no war. It's just two creatures, two species getting to know each other. And also, I have to bring it up. Dylan brought this up in the chat. He said Luke's berserker rage against Vader when he says, if you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Breathtaking.
I have a couple. So either like at the beginning where R2-D2 shoots the lightsaber in the air and Luke catches it. I do really like that. I like the Han Solo shrug thing where he's like sitting there kind of. I love where like Han Solo's facing Leia and they're getting surrounded and he goes, what are we going to do, kind of thing. And she's like, gets ready to go. And he's like, I love you.
I have to think, I have to add one to mine. when Vader picks up Palpatine and throws him down the shaft.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And the lightning is like going off of his shield, and like, I don't know, that part just like, wow, Vader turned back to the good side. Like he's a Jedi again. And then he dies. Like, it was just, I don't know, there was something that was just breathtaking about that. Like when you just see Vader grab Palpatine from behind and just pick him up, like, you're not going to kill my kid.
Insane.
It was just, that really stuck in my head. There's just so many. It's so hard to pick a great scene.
The throne room scene was so good.
If we move on to the sequels.
Wow, way to sound enthusiastic. The Force Awakens. Pop off, because I can go on for hours.
I would have to say that the best scene to me, I have two of them. When they're running from when Finn and Rey are running from not X-Wings, but the freaking, what are oh man, I can't think of the name of the shit. My brain ain't working.
TIE Fighters?
The TIE Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
And then he keeps grabbing her arm. She was like, let go of my arm. You know what I'm saying? I thought that
Stop
was
holding my hand.
Yeah, I thought that was really great. And then when the lightsaber calls to her.
Yeah.
I thought that was like
when you hear,
and I'm usually more action type fight, but there was something about that scene when she picked up the lightsaber, and I don't know, that's what really pops in my head every time I think of. There's other things, but they're like, they bother me. But they're good scenes, but it just bothers me. Like stopping the boat in the air, that shit just irritates the shit out of me. But it's a good scene. It just, like, you can't stop. The Force doesn't stop laser bolts. You know what I'm saying? No Jedi or Sith has ever been able to do that I've ever known.
Garrison?
That
I
is
do like the Chewie we're home.
Yeah.
In the chat. I do really like that.
Special.
Or when Han Solo's like, it's real, all of it. The Force.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good scene too.
And I did actually like him stopping the blaster bolt in midair. At first it pissed me off. But then I was like, you know what? That was kind of cool. Like, I don't know. And then I really loved because it's the first time we see Kylo Ren kind of use his lightsaber. And I do like his form of combat, the way he moves his lightsaber around, how fluid it is. And I did really like that, actually.
I also liked, go ahead, Charlie.
No, for me, the first scene that really sticks out is when Rey returns to her home inside the AT-AT, and she's sat outside with the helmet on, and she's just eating, and it's just this moment of real innocence, and you see that she is still just a child stuck on a planet, and there's so much ahead of her. And I think it's very, very similar to young Luke on Tatooine complaining about wanting to go to Toshi Station, and why does he have to do chores, and so lovely. But also anything with Han Solo and Finn waiting to go on to Starkiller Base, and Han's like, that's not how the Force works.
That's not how the Force works.
I was gonna say I have to add the Poe in the beginning of it. He's like, okay, you talk first, I talk first.
How does this work?
Does this work? I laughed my ass off when he said that. I was like, dude, that's funny as hell. I don't know why. It just gave me the giggles when the first time I seen it. I was like, what the hell?
Hey, Nick had a fantastic point in the chat. He says, Snoke in The Force Awakens, just for fun, we all had theories for it.
Yeah.
That's what got me into Star Wars YouTube and podcast, trying to figure out who he was. The answer was crap, but the question was great. I 100% agree with that. Trying to figure out and talking to friends and our theories about who Snoke was one of the most fun things. That was the best thing about all the sequels, was just trying to figure out who is Snoke. I thought that was so cool. I mean, I agree. The answer, who he turned out to be, was kind of stupid. But when we had our theories and our theories were still alive, it was awesome.
Dylan brought up a very good point. When Rey Force pulls the saber in the woods, when she about to fight, that was a great scene. When she first figured out that she could use the Force, that was a great scene. When she's in there telling the stormtrooper, he's like, what? And she was like,
you will open these restraints and leave this cell with the door open. And he goes, what did you say, prisoner?
That was a good scene.
Yeah, and wasn't that...
That's James Bond. That's Daniel Craig.
Yeah, that was James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
7.
Oh.
I got one. You're gonna hate it, but I got one that's like Kyle's gonna hate it. Okay. I know.
I have to say, when she's practicing with the lightsaber and she chops the thing off and it falls down and knocks over the thing, that shit was hilarious.
When she's being a menace to society.
I have to say that was like the best scene because she's like doing it with the lightsaber, like, and then all of a sudden it just boom, and she just chops the thing down and it falls down. That's the thing that just pops in my head every time somebody says, well, they say, do you like anything about any of the sequels? What about 7? Do you like something? That was the scene that I liked. I don't have no other ones.
I have one, and Kyle, you're gonna hate it. I know in the comic books, Luke can force project things that are way cooler, and I did hate how he only force projects himself and it kills him. But that still was probably one of my favorite scenes, just because it shows a lot of growth and character development from Luke in Episode 6 to Luke now. That Luke he doesn't need to, because in Episode 6 he kind of gives into the dark side and goes a little crazy against Darth Vader, and this shows a lot of growth that he's not passive, but also not aggressive either. And so when he force projects, he's not actually attacking or trying to kill anyone, but it was just very Jedi to me. The fact that he's not aggressive and he's not falling into the dark side, but he's still badass and he's moving around Kylo and not getting hit. And while it sucks that killed him and he was able to force project way cooler things, I think it shows a lot of character development in Luke's part and it was just really cool.
Except the porgs.
For CJ, I have to say it. The porgs were fantastic. Cardboard cutout cosplay, Finn naked and leaking, hilarious.
Yeah,
absolutely hilarious. For me,
that was funny.
There's this really, really.
He was like,
really...
what? When BB-8 is like, and Poe was like, what? He leaking naked? What? He's like, what are you, Finn? What? I like that part.
There's this really, really tender moment when Rey is on Acto and she steps out of the shelter of the Millennium Falcon and she reaches out to touch the rain. That's the first time she's ever experienced rain, ever experienced water to that degree. And it's just, again, it's these really human moments from her as a character that meant I got so attached to her so quickly. But it...
Ethan had a really good point.
Ethan's angry out here. Ethan is
None
raging.
of The Last Jedi was all of just a bunch of crap. Yeah,
it wasn't.
Last Jedi was bad, but I still think it was better than Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
oh well, I don't. The only thing that, like, okay, so if we're gonna go on to the Rise of Skywalker, the one scene that sticks out to me is at the end where Palpatine is like, I am all the Sith. And then she starts finally hearing the voices from all the Jedi. And he's shooting electric at her and she's blocking it with the saber. And then the other saber flies in her hand. She makes that X and it starts to like go back at him. That was a dope scene. That was a very dope scene. And the other really dope scene is when Palpatine's back to full power and he just shocks all the ships. All of them, like he's just taking them all out. Like, dude, that shit was dope. That was a dope scene. Even though I was like, this dude is not that dope. He could barely even shock Luke to death. He's shocking the whole damn thing. Like, Jesus, what the hell are y'all doing? But it was the scene itself was dope. It was really dope.
For me, it was like every scene with Palpatine and Rey was just like, at 1 minute, Palpatine's badass and destroying all these ships, and the next minute he can't even kill Rey and like he's shocking her and letting himself get shocked back. It just seems so inconsistent, and that they were like just riding themselves in circles. My thing was this:
and, like, why didn't he stop?
It was just all over.
Why did he just keeps he's like getting disintegrated?
You think he would have learned his lesson?
Stop shooting.
You think he would have learned his lesson with Mace Windu?
Yeah, just celebration of Star Wars, not criticism.
Fine.
For me,
my favorite part. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Charlie.
No. It's literally just one bit. Ben Solo, when he catches the lightsaber and he goes like this, and then he goes.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, when Rey like kind of hands it off to him through the Force, and he just like goes like this, and he's just like kind of just almost like his dad, kind of like the shrug, but like look at that. Yeah. Yeah,
dude, and you gotta think about that scene. You gotta think about that scene because on Instagram and on TikTok and stuff. Everybody's doing that now, pulling the lightsaber out, and then it changes the scenery.
Yeah.
That I mean,
That was sick.
that was a great
trend.
that
It
that,
was a trend.
it still is because
That
people
was
still
dope.
doing it till today. Yeah. Now they're doing
That
it with other
is,
crap.
And as much as I don't like that movie, that scene is one of the best scenes of Star Wars.
Yes.
Like that one scene was so good.
Yeah, there was a lot of good scenes in all of them. I mean, just like it's Star Wars. All the movies was great to a certain extent.
Even if you inherently dislike the story, there is so much. Even in The Last Jedi, like aesthetically, I bang on about this all the time. Visually, it is a beautiful movie. Even if you sit there and go, it makes no sense. I hate the story. I don't understand what this is about. Why is it like this? It is beautiful.
I'll agree with that. My biggest things were the stories, but like some of the scenes that they have in the shots were flipping so cool.
No, we forgot in 7 the whole Kylo Ren and Rey fighting against the guards. That scene is freaking great, man. They are like, it's dope. It's one of the best fight scenes that there is in Star Wars. They're just like, I mean, and them dudes ain't no joke, man. Them dudes was, man, when that dude whipped out the whip chain thing, he like, oh God, it was all electric, and he's just like, oh, like, dude, I would hate to have to fight this guy. And they're like, some of the moves where she ducks down and lights the lightsaber and drops it with her hand, it was dope. That was some dope fight scenes.
Oh, did you know The Last Jedi, I think I brought this up last week, The Last Jedi is the only Star Wars film where 2 lightsabers don't cross each other.
I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. Because they don't. Because they're fighting over the lightsaber because he was like, they're fighting over her lightsaber and it breaks. But they never, they never hit each other. They never fight. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
I'm full of good facts. That's why I wrote all the quiz questions.
He just said the guard fight scene was actually very flawed.
I'm sure it was. Enjoy your opinion.
It was okay. He has a point because as cool as it wasn't super like accurate because they were just like spinning around and doing a bunch of crazy stuff.
Star Wars.
In a real sword fight, you would have gotten your ass killed.
Look at the prequels.
It was,
but here's my thing. I do have an explanation for that because like you've seen like those breakdown videos where actual sword fighting instructors like watch it. And that's the problem with it. It was totally like in the Last Jedi
in real life,
they're doing spinning around and in real life. But the explanation is they have the Force. They don't need to constantly be looking at their opponent. They can turn their back to build momentum because they can sense their opponent's next move. So that's where I'm like, oh, it's a little bit different though.
Ethan, don't worry. We rib each other all the time. All of it is in peace and love. All of it is in peace and love. Don't worry at all.
It looked good, but real life wise, they would have died.
Everybody would have had like massive cuts up their spines, limbs would be missing, feet would be in the air. It's Kyle, do we have a what if this week?
Yes, we do.
Oh God.
Okay.
Wait.
That was fun. That was fun.
It only takes one decision to decide the direction of the galaxy. A decision that will influence the outcome. But if that decision went the other way, reality as we know it would change forever. The galaxy would be on a different course. Things that have happened would cease to exist. A new narrative would be etched into creation. So we are going to analyze those other possibilities when we ask, what if?
I'm so sorry for cutting you off, Garrison. You were absolutely right. That segment was extremely fun.
The what if question of this week is, what if Vader did not throw Palpatine down the thing? What if he let Palpatine actually kill Luke? How things would have turned out.
Oh.
And I'm going to give you a little backstory. I'm going to give you a little backstory of why this is thing, because if listening to the Mandalorian Wars over the last couple of days, like the way they explain how Luke is just like, Luke is now like the best thing ever. He is the inspiration for all the rebels, and he's just the greatest thing ever. So if he dies, how does that change the Rebel Alliance? And, how does Palpatine react to, what I'm saying, being alive?
Nick, shut up.
Nick's comment is hilarious. What if somehow Palpatine survived?
I'm talking about real life, not clone
fair,
Palpatine. I'm not,
the Rise of Skywalker would have made more sense.
Yeah. I think if Luke had died and Palpatine had not been thrown over, I wonder if it would have fallen on Leia's shoulders to be what Luke was. I think maybe she would have been forced to fill that role whilst also still on the run from Vader and Palpatine and left with mourning the loss of her brother whilst also trying to save her. Like, I think Leia would be pushed into some really difficult positions.
Do you think it would? I think it might cause Leia, because Palpatine's whole objective was kind of to turn Luke to the dark side. That's how I still view it. They were trying to turn Luke to right.
Yes.
And so when Darth Vader says, like, "All right, how about your sister?" I think
he means it.
Part of me thinks they would have succeeded in turning Leia to the dark side.
Oh God!
I don't know. That's kind of hard to really think about, because Leia is just so against the Empire.
She hates the Empire.
Yeah,
she like literally hates the
hate
Empire.
is the key word. Hate is the key
word.
But,
like, you gotta think, Sith are always fighting each other. Now, would she have like learned to use the Force and then allowed rage to? But I don't think that. I think she still would have. She might have been turned to the dark side, but if she did, she would probably be like, "Okay, I'm gonna hit you with some lightning because we're still gonna kill you. We're still going to conquer the Empire." I don't think she would have been like turned and then went to join Palpatine because she hates the Empire.
Well, Darth Vader. A lot of people think Darth Vader hates the Emperor. I just think that's the beauty of the Emperor, or I guess not the beauty, but that's the genius of the Emperor. No matter how much you hate him, he can manipulate you. And I think that's what. If Leia would give into that hate, I think she'd lose all control, and she's the Emperor's now. She's under the Emperor's control, and that's just what I would think would happen.
I think,
or I'd like honestly, to see that happen.
I think that it would have been more of a better tale of how. So Luke dies. He's the only Jedi that there is at this point, and I think that Leia would have. I think it would have led better into Episode 7, because now you have to find somebody that is Force sensitive. Leia has to find somebody that's Force sensitive. She has to figure out how to get a new Jedi. So she starts, like, I think it would have been more of a, I think that they could have used that as to push into finding Rey. Leia like sends people out and gets the records of all the children that are Force sensitive or something like that. She kind of builds her own little Jedi little army, not being able to train them because at this point when we go into 7, she's Force sensitive, but Luke trained her. Now Luke can't train her, so does she learn to be a Jedi and decide that that's not the thing, or does she become the Jedi and she fights?
She becomes a Sith.
Yeah,
she might become a Sith because
I don't know. I'm loving the sort of Leia as a villain. But
I still think that the Rebel. I think the Rebel Alliance is. I don't think it dies. I think there's just too many people that hate, and we see that at the end of 9. But I just think it would have been a better lead in to the next into 7, because it's like 7 just jumped into 4. You know, it went from Return of the Jedi to back to 4, to back to A New Hope, and there was no explanation. If Luke would have died, then there would have been an explanation of why Rey was important, because Rey has to show up and then figure out, that she's Force sensitive, and then she has to train herself, and maybe Leia already has Luke's books, and she can use the books in order to, or the Jedi books in order to show her. And she just kind of has to learn on her own, and then it would make a hell of a lot more sense. And we wouldn't have no damn Kylo Ren.
True. Because Sydney would be devastated.
We would have, because they would still be fighting Sidious, and it would explain Sidious being at the end because he never died, so he was there the whole time. And we would have still had Vader, which would have made all the love sequel way better. That's my philosophy. It would have just made it way better because Vader would have been in all of them. He wouldn't have died. Which way did he die? I think him and basically Vader and Padme just both died of sorrow. I don't know. Just you died of sadness.
I hate that. Of all the things in Star Wars, that is the one thing I hate the most. Why? Such a cop out. Such a cop out.
Yeah, I would have accepted like, oh, the damage done to her when Darth Vader choked her, like.
Yeah, I would have accepted brain damage. I would have accepted birth trauma.
Along with the trauma of pregnancy, it kind of killed her. Like that's a lot for her body to go through.
Yeah,
but like the fact that she just like gave up was just kind of weird to me.
I just don't know how you just give up and die. Like
I've been close, Kyle. I've been close.
I don't think it works that way. I don't think you could just be like, all right, I don't want to live no more and just die.
Mental health is
I don't
otherwise.
think she has some hellfire, force abilities. If she could just, okay, I'm just going to go into the force now type shit. Because she just died. Like, okay, I had the babies. That's Luke. That's Leia. Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you die of sadness?
Not even that. It's the sadness of Anakin betraying their life together. Like, if you want to get into it, really, it's sort of to do with the sadness of losing the life that she would have had, the sadness of losing Anakin because they've been in love for such a long time.
I've never known anybody. I know people that have been sad and cut their wrist and die, but you know what I'm saying? Like depression.
Anyway.
But I ain't never known anybody just to be sad and can just.
Have you seen that meme?
How that works.
Have you seen that meme where like the robot, he's like moving around trying to deliver the baby, like, ooh, God, and he bumps something and it hits Leia and he goes, yeah, she just died. She lost the will to live.
In my head, that's what happened. It was the delivery. It was the delivery droid, it was the nurse droid.
Yeah. Ooh, God. Ooh, God.
But I think that but that was also a great scene in the movie too, though, because it made everybody be like, "What? How do you just die? Like there wasn't nothing wrong with you. You're in perfectly good health and you just die." That was kind of crazy.
A little. I wonder if we could gently shift into news and rumors because I've got so much to get through this week. Oh my goodness.
Yep, we can do it. Let's go.
Woo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this section of LightSaber Radio where we talk about Star Wars news and rumors that we've heard this week. Have any of you guys had anything particularly exciting you wanted to go into? Or...
You know which one I'm excited about.
Yeah. Go on then, go first. You can go first.
Oh, you found it too, but...
Oh, okay. I'm going to kick off with probably the biggest thing that's been buzzing on the internet this week. I found this on The Hollywood Reporter. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, known for her roles in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, several Tarantino films, and Sky High, the iconic Disney film. Oh. She has been cast in the live-action Ahsoka series. There is no news on her role as yet, but she has been officially cast. And I would also like to point out that Miss Mary Elizabeth Winstead is, first and foremost, absolutely gorgeous. Secondly, she is married to Ewan McGregor, and they've recently welcomed a child together, which is super lovely. So we love a Star Wars couple.
Please make it the Ahsoka series, like TVMA or whatever, because I want to see more of Mary Elizabeth Olsen. She is a dime.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Or Winstead, not Olsen.
Yes. Sorry, Therese, I was talking a little quickly. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh my gosh. Dude, when I saw her in like Sky High when I was like 7 years old, she's great. Okay. She like awakened something inside of me. So I'm all for this casting.
We have all been there. Again, there aren't any rumors on what her part will be, but has anyone got any guesses in the chat? Any of you guys think what she might be cast as? Who even?
A bad guy.
A bad guy.
She's a good bad guy.
What's the girl's name?
Satine?
Is it Satine? No, not Satine.
Sabine?
Sabine.
Yeah, I think I'd heard some rumbles that maybe it was Sabine. Doesn't she have white hair with like coloured?
or her whole Mandalorian armor is all colorful. And I think that's because she kind of fits she fits the character profile pretty well. Sabine was short. She was, she had this like that type of body shape that she has. I think that's who she's going to be, because at some point Ahsoka and Sabine is supposed to be looking for Ezra. And they know that Ezra's with Thrawn, because at the last episode of Rebels, they shoot off in the little thing in that ship, but they're like in space because he uses the little whales that can travel through light speed, the little whale thingies that are like space whales or whatever. I don't remember what they were called, but they kind of use them, and then they shoot off into space, and there's no windows in the starship that they're in, so they thought they were dead. Everybody thought they were dead, but then when Ahsoka says, "Where's Thrawn?" if they go down that general path with Rebels, then that means her and Sabine is going to be looking for Thrawn and Ezra. So that's who I think she's going to be.
According to this article that I found, Sabine is already been cast.
Yeah, the chat are pulling us up on that as well. Apologies, everyone.
Oh, that was just my guess, so I don't know.
Sabine's voice actress is playing Sabine. Dylan says she's been cast as Thrawn.
That would be so messed up. Oh God, that would be so terrible.
Nick also pointed out. Sorry, Nick also pointed out rumors that she might be Hera.
Hera?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, she kind of don't look like Hera, like the way Hera would look to me. But I mean, you can't ever. I mean, really, we got Dawson is Ahsoka, and that kind of don't fit the.
Varys?
Actually, well, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna bring Varys back. I just think Varys. I think Anakin killed her, even though she was a bad guy. I think Anakin just killed everybody in the temple. Just everybody that was in the temple is dead, and she was in the temple prison. So I think he killed her too. I think he was just on a killing streak. But I mean, it's a possibility they could bring Varys back. I think Varys would be older than that at this point. I mean, she would be kind of old.
I could see them possibly doing Hera, but I still think it's going to be some like bad guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. For some reason, like when you think of Hera's fine in Rebels, for a cartoon, and you look at her, you're like, yeah, she's hot. But like actress, I don't know. It just seems like somebody like older would have to play her, because her mentality, the way she thinks, it would have to be somebody that's a little bit older to play her. Like not somebody but somebody that's older, more mature, more what I'm saying, just has that characteristic. But I don't know. It's possible. You never know what they're gonna do. Disney, they're known to just throw something at you and be like, "Here you go. This is what you get," and you're like, okay, I guess so. I mean, and she might play the part really good. You never know. Because I'm just saying that at this point, from my understanding of where the Ahsoka timeline is at, it's going to be after Ezra and Thrawn is gone, and that's kind of the plot, is for them to be looking for Thrawn and Ezra. So for her to be like, I don't know. It's just, I just think it has to be somebody older than her. Because at this point, she got to be in her like late 30s, early 40s. So I just don't, looking at her, she just doesn't feel that part. I would say somebody a little bit older. But I'm
guessing we'll have to wait and see. Oh my goodness. So much.
I don't like the fact that Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka. Every time I see her, I just see that one movie where she was a crackhead and she had AIDS.
Fair enough.
What?
Moving gently on, there appears to have been a little bit of a leak regarding Bad Batch Season 2. It was published in a magazine, a Disney Plus sort of breakdown of what's coming in the next couple of months. Apparently, we're getting Season 2 in spring 2022.
That would be great.
Which is sooner than I thought, but I'm excited.
That would be like May.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be kind of weird because
It seems to be a slip.
doesn't Andor come out right in the summer or like springtime in it like
Yeah.
May is when Andor comes out. So if they bring out Bad Batch 2 and Andor close to the same time, I might not even watch Andor. I'll just watch the Bad Batch.
Hey, chat, slow it down. I am getting there. I am getting to the Lego Star Wars trailer. Don't you worry. Don't you
It's
worry.
live action, right?
No,
It's a video
what they're
game.
talking about the video game, the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that Andor.
Oh.
No, Andor's like, it's live
Andor's
action.
live action, my bad.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars All We Riot. Okay, fine, I'll talk about it. Obviously, you guys have probably seen that there has been an official release date for the Lego Skywalker Saga. It is available on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, all of those good things. We are getting it on April 5th, 2022, which is being brought forward because originally it wasn't due until December this year. I am so excited. I'm getting it on the Switch. I'm getting it on the PlayStation. It's amazing. If you guys haven't had a chance to see the gameplay trailer, there have been updated fighting mechanics. There's over 300 characters to collect. You choose which trilogy you start with. You can pick main stories. You can pick side missions. It's arguably the most ambitious of the Lego video games. And
probably going to be the best Star Wars game.
I think so. You know, but there are also rumors that because it's coming on April 5th, there's rumors that we'll get an announcement for Jedi Fallen Order 2 on May the 4th, because you know the whole May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th. Yeah. I think that's a nice little... Oh, yeah. How can I not talk about mumble mode? There's a setting you can turn on for Lego Skywalker Saga where all of the characters talk in nonsense. And I don't know why I need that, but I do need that. I also wanted to bring up, so there was a BuzzFeed video with Tamara Morrison and Ming-Na Wen, and they appear to have let some stuff slip. They were asked the question, what animal would you cross the galaxy to steal? And both of them said an Ewok, closely followed by, oh, I like those Ewoks. They were great to work with.
Yeah, I've seen that article.
But how? I'm going to argue the Chewbacca defense for a second. Doesn't make sense. How do you get Ewoks on Tatooine? So does this mean, I have theories about this, does this mean we're getting Captain Rex on Endor as played by Tamara Morrison in season 3 of Mandalorian? Is that going to be where sort of Mando going to Endor to help the Ewoks? Because I don't see how they're going to get an Ewok to Tatooine in 3 episodes.
I think we're going to have, kind of like Black Chrysanthemum, we're going to have a Gladiator Ewok.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Or he just remembers how good the Ewoks fought against the Empire, and he goes and gets the Ewoks to help him. Like, go get some of these Ewoks. Man. They took out Empire stormtroopers. If they could take out stormtroopers, they could take out the Pikes.
Yeah, I want to see the Pikes taken down by an army of Ewok. That's what I want. They'd overheat. They'd overheat in the Tatooine sun. They'd be...
No, you just...
Oh, you got black...
Because at the end of the last episode... At the end of the last episode, he's like, oh, just like, depending on how you spend your money, you can get people to fight for you. You don't even need to spend money. You just say, hey, whichever, like, Pikes you kill, you can cook them over an open fire. You're
bargain with them. But yes, both of them seem to be a little loose-tongued at the moment for letting things slip that maybe shouldn't have been let slip.
Well, they both said that they worked with Ewoks. That was the slip right there.
Yeah,
that
was
worked
the
with
slip
them. So we know that at some point in the filming that they had Ewoks there.
But how?
I don't know. We'll have to see as the Book of Boba Fett goes. I mean, it can't get no worse than it already is. I mean, it's pretty bad. So
I don't know. I don't think Ewoks would make the show better. I think it.
Even
that was the big reveal at the end. That was the big reveal at the end.
And it would be bad fan service.
We don't get Han Solo. We don't get Lando. We get Ewoks for the big reveal at the end. Ewoks.
So that also gently leads me on to, there have also been some very, it is all very heavily rumoured that when Din Djarin appears in Boba Fett, he's going to be piloting a brand new ship, which is most likely rumoured to be the Naboo N1 starfighter.
What?
Several sources have come forward and said that this is where they're going. Fire spray too. No, I just imagine like how. I mean, I don't think there'd be room for Grogu in there, but where'd you put the child seat?
Oh, the N1 Starfighter's kind of small, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you can't really be a bounty hunter in an N1 Starfighter.
Yeah, but that firepower though. Ooh.
Can he paint it so it's not bright yellow?
I mean, I would hope that it would be painted like it would be
like
chrome.
all silver.
Yeah, ultra chromed.
Or just painted black or something. Like I just don't see him showing up in this big yellow shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just bright yellow. Like what the hell are you flying?
Bright green. He's like Grogu inspired me. It's bright green and
got Grogu tatted on the side of it. You know, just painted on the side like old school fighter pilots.
My final bit of news. You guys may have seen this popping up on Twitter, especially. If there are any people who are listening who have small children, please remove yourself for just a couple of seconds while I talk about this. If anyone's been watching the new DC series Peacemaker, they may know that John Cena's character claims that it's canon that Wookiees have teeth in their buttholes. Now, I would like to reassure our listeners and our viewers that this is not true. There is no evidence anywhere to support this.
You should Google it. Google a picture.
Don't Google it. However,
you'll probably find a picture on there. Somebody done Photoshop some teeth in a Wookiee's ass.
You will not find something good.
However, what he may be referencing is in the bait and trap scene in Return of the Jedi, where Han chastises Chewie for thinking with his stomach. What he's baited with is the back end of a deer with teeth in its bumhole, which is actually a canon Star Wars character called a Verkle. I know, Derice, the state of this. I can't believe I have to talk about this, but it was going viral and it became a very, very searched Google term. Do Wookiees have teeth in their buttholes?
I saw that.
And they don't. They don't.
That was my only bit of news that I had for today.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
I was going to bring that up. That's the only thing I had because I've been at work. No. I worked like from 5 o'clock in the morning till like 10 o'clock last night, so I didn't really have time. And then today I was at work also. I didn't really have time. I literally searched up Star Wars news and rumors, and that was like the first thing that popped up. Wookiees have teeth in their ass. Like, what the hell? Oh, my God. Yeah. So I read the article, and I was like, oh, what the hell?
However,
I looked it up. That's why I'm telling people, do not look this up because there's some crazy-ass pictures that pop up on Google that you don't want to see. It was very disturbing.
However, the creature with teeth in its butthole is a canon Star Wars animal called a Verkle. So there you go. That's your fact for the day. Oh, my goodness.
And I think you covered all the news.
I did cover all of the news. Sorry, everyone.
That's the only thing that I had. Did you have anything else, Garrison?
No. Oh, I actually did have a side thing. Is that Peacemaker show any good? Has anybody seen that? No?
I'm not a DC fan, so I couldn't comment.
Okay.
I haven't watched it. I don't have a whole lot of time. The only thing that I watched in this week was I watched Coming to America 2, and that movie was just weird. It was very, very weird. It wasn't funny. It wasn't really funny. And then at the end, the bloopers was the best part of the whole movie. Eddie Murphy dropped the ball on that one. But
first one
was funny.
First one's good.
Nick demands an LSR reaction video to Wookiee butt teeth pics.
Please no. No. Oh, God.
Braden is already too scarred from researching it.
Yo, just impossible challenge. Find something Kyle likes. What are you talking about? He likes so much stuff.
Don't come onto this show and roast our hosts.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, so I will tell you right now that the Bounty Hunter's Wife's Bodyguard is one of the funniest movies I have ever seen in life. I will watch that movie.
Yeah.
I will watch that movie 1,000 times. That movie is so funny. And they just hit you with so much different crap. You're like, what? Oh God! Oh, it is hilarious. That was definitely a good movie. I love Star Wars, everything Star Wars. There's some things that I don't like about Star Wars, but that's okay. I'm a normal Star Wars fan. If you're a true Star Wars fan and you say you love every single thing about Star Wars, you're a liar. Because because nobody loves everything. There is something that you do not like. I've never met a fan that said everything was perfect. It was just completely and utterly perfect. Everything. Like, no, wait a minute, homie. the holiday special was terrible. You know what I'm saying? That was just. Oh God!
Yeah, if you think everything is perfect, you're just kind of easy to please, and like, is your opinion even valid? Because like some things have to be bad. Like in order for things to be good, there has to be bad. Charlie, you're on mute, by the way.
Thanks. Is it possibly time to gently ease you guys into this week's Impossible Quiz, which is mostly sort of like good 80-90% of it is Boba Fett Legends questions. So knock yourselves out.
Okay.
I'm screwed.
Well, I just listened to both the books, all three of the books, so I might know some of these.
I was going to say, I thought you might.
Well, now, you insufferable womp-rats, it's time for Charlie's Impossible Quiz.
Woo.
Hold on, before you start, Darius put in and said, I can't lie, I do. Wait, let me put wrong one. Okay. So Darius said, I can't lie, I do like almost everything released by Star Wars, even the sequels were all right. I'm just not going to go out of my way to rewatch them. See, and that's how I feel. I will even rewatch the sequels. I will. I watch everything in Star Wars. I even watch the holiday special. I watch the holiday special just so I can laugh and just talk shit about it, but that's just me. But there's certain things, like I don't like the fact that they have these big plot holes. That's just something in Star Wars I don't like, but I love the fact that it gives everybody something to talk about. We get to argue about it. It's fun. I like the fact that we didn't know who, like we were talking earlier, that we didn't know who, brain fart, help me out, guys. Red robe wearing Sith Lord.
Snoke.
Snoke, yeah, Snoke. I like the fact that, everybody got to argue about and come up with theories about who Snoke was. But there's certain things, like, I don't like big plot holes and shit that just like, what happened during this time? That shit kind of annoys me. But it also gives us something to talk about, and argue about. But pretty much I will watch everything Star Wars, and I have multiple times. Like, everything. Like, except Resistance. I watched it once, and I will not watch that again ever.
Before the quiz kicks off, Doris, here's a surprise. I don't just watch the holiday special. I actually quite enjoy the holiday special. So there you go. No, legitimately. Right. I love it.
Right.
Okay, quiz. Question number 1. Who is responsible for the iconic dent in Boba Fett's helmet?
Cad Bane.
That's the point to Kyle. There we go. You didn't put your hand up.
I'm sorry. I
didn't think we knew. I thought it was just a mystery.
A mystery. No. A bonus point, Kyle. Can you tell me where we were told this piece of information? How it came to be known?
Wasn't it in the Bad Batch where he shoots him?
Cad Bane would have been old as flip.
It's.
Or what? Was it when he was a kid?
Nah, it was. I don't remember. I honestly, I don't remember.
Fair enough. Dave Filoni presented a clip from Clone Wars unfinished story reels at the 2017 celebration and specifically made a point of going, this is how Boba Fett got the dent in his helmet. I will tell you now, it was a brand new helmet with a brand new paint job, and immediately Cad Bane went ping. Beautiful. Poor guy.
It's just like, we see Beskar get shot all the time, and that shit just ricochets off and just like skips the paint. How did Cad Bane got his Hellfire blaster for put a dent in some Beskar?
He used the Death Star and shot it right on his head. That was all that happened.
And if you guys remember a couple of episodes back, that was also the time when he showed the Bad Batch for the first time. That was one of our questions many weeks ago. Question number 2. In the comic Boba Fett, Enemy of the Empire, what's the name of the planet where Boba Fett and Darth Vader famously fight each other?
I don't know. I don't read the comics.
Anybody guesses in the chat? The planet where Darth Vader and Boba Fett famously fight each other. No, not Tython. No, not Mustafar. Close. You're close with the lava planet. It's definitely a lava planet.
It's not Mustafar?
No.
Oh, is it that one in Battlefront?
It is a small lava planet in the outer rim called Marix Minor.
Yeah, Nick, CJ would have probably known this.
CJ would have known this. I feel bad.
CJ would have probably. Why, CJ? Why you ain't in the chat answering these questions? They're all Boba Fett questions.
Question number 3: what make is Boba Fett's jetpack?
What make?
Oh, that sounds like
a CJ question. Where? Quick, text him.
What is the? Well, they called him Rising Phoenix.
It's like there's a Corvette that's like it, like a Z4 or something, like a Z2. It's the same as some kind of Corvette.
Oh my god, sure. Garrison, you can have the point because you are so close. It is a Metronomon Z6 jetpack.
Oh, I had no idea.
I will
what is that? Mitro what?
It is spelled Mitrinomon. Metronomon. It's one of the subsets of one of the big galactic production companies who make weapons, artillery, transport.
I just remember like reading it and it was reminding me of like some kind of Corvette make, like some special.
Ethan, you are absolutely correct. The Z6 jetpack. Question number 4. According to the reference guide titled From the Files of Boba Fett, who gave Boba his copy of the Bounty Hunters Guild handbook?
Jango Fett.
No.
No, it was Bosk's dad when he joined the Bounty Hunter Guild.
Nope.
It
is somebody that we've already spoken about in this show today.
Cad Bane.
No.
Shit. We just talked about like 60 bounty hunters.
Yeah, I know.
I think we killed Dengar.
Rito.
Yes. There you go, Kyle. That is the point. Dengar gave Boba Fett his copy of the Bounty Hunters Guild handbook.
Because if you were in the books, though, that's kind of hard. Because in the books, only reason Boba Fett joined the Bounty Hunter Guild is because he was gonna demolish he was getting rid of the Bounty Hunter Guild. So he had.
You questioning my answers? Question number 5. In Empire Strikes Back, what sound can be heard when Boba Fett moves?
What sound can be heard?
Congratulations, Ethan. You're getting the points again. You better not be Googling. Henry the Hoover. Wow.
What the heck is that?
Henry the Hoover? Do you not know what Henry is? Henry
of his spurs. Dylan's right.
Dylan is absolutely correct. That point is his. It is the clicking of spurs as Boba Fett moves to give that kind of cowboy bad guy vibe. Garrison, are you looking up a Henry Hoover? Can't believe you don't know what Henry is. A staple of British
it a vacuum?
Culture. It's a vacuum, yes. There's a Henry, a Henrietta. This is off topic.
Like Hoover vacuums? Like
Hoover.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking like he was like I thought we were talking about President Hoover.
No. Okay. Focus. Question number 6. In the book Legacy of the Force Revelation, what gift did Boba Fett give to his estranged wife Sintas to show that there were no hard feelings? For context, they were together, they divorced, they got back together, they were on and off for a little while. Kyle?
He gave her a blaster.
No.
What was it?
Money.
No. Well,
It was a necklace.
Yes, it was. There's the point. It was a Heart of Fire pendant which contained all of his memories of their relationship together.
That's who his daughter is from.
Yeah.
That is not a nice gift. That's just gonna like torment her.
He understands that their relationship isn't together anymore, but this is what he remembers of her. And he also gave her the bank account numbers for several accounts filled with money so she wouldn't ever have to bounty hunt again. He made her financially stable as well as giving her a gift of his memories.
Yep, Dylan, you're absolutely correct. A mini Fett, because that's where his daughter came from.
Oh yeah, mini Fett. Question number 7. What is the name of Boba Fett's granddaughter? Ethan, don't you dare Google. I can feel it in the waters.
Starts with an M, don't it?
It does start with an M indeed.
Um,
Come on, King, smash it.
I can't remember. I can't remember what it is. Like Melanie or something.
No. Garrison, any guesses? Off the top of your head. No. His granddaughter's
don't
name
know.
is Mirta Gev.
Yeah, I know it started with an M. I just
Yeah.
couldn't remember what it was.
Question number 8. In common Star Wars jargon or deal slang, what does Boba Eyes mean?
Boba Eyes. Oh,
Boba Eyes.
um,
To Boba Eyes something. What does that mean?
Oh, Boba, like Boba, 2 words or 1 word?
Yeah, 2 words, hyphenated, like
Boba
like
Eyes?
no, eyes is in like a Charlieism or a
I don't know.
fair enough.
I don't know.
It means it was slang. Basically, there was a mission that Boba Fett screwed royally, and it became common to refer to when you messed up something, to do something unintelligent, which would jeopardize it. To jeopardize a deal would be to Boba-eyes it. You went and Boba-eyed it. Look what you did.
Wow.
What is what word is that?
Not what you would think about Boba Fett.
I will type it.
Ethan, and what is that? Disintegrate?
Disintegrate.
Disintegrate. Oh, I'm reading that wrong.
You're
That's a
reading it wrong.
good guess. I would have guessed that.
That is a good guess. I will accept that. Question number 9. Which Legends book sees the youngest cameo of Boba Fett at only 2 years old? Little baby.
Oh.
No. Complete crickets. Carl, where are the crickets?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing hearing nothing about.
Bro, this is hard.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I don't remember what book it was though. I'm pretty sure I heard it. I'm pretty sure I listened to the book, but I don't.
So, in the Legends book Republic Commando 000, there is a cameo from a sleeping baby Boba Fett as a little 2-year-old. Little tiny. I know, isn't it precious?
And what's her face picks him up in the book.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I read this as well, and now I can't remember.
Nalase, or
yes.
Yeah, she picks him up.
Yeah. Question number 10. When is the first time we canonically see adult Boba Fett unmasked?
Unmasked?
Yes.
Shit. I'm not going to say it's in the book because Dinjarin says we were one of the few people that have seen his face. The first time we seen him unmasked. Shit.
Garrison, do you have any guesses?
It's in one of the comics.
I was
going
to guess the Clone Wars because if you see him, you've seen his dad because they're the same.
That's fair. Technically, this is a little bit of a trick question. Technically, the first time we canonically see adult Boba Fett unmasked was a 2006 Hasbro Titanium series figure with a removable helmet. Even in the books and the comics, he still hadn't been unmasked. It was the first time you could take the helmet off and look at his face.
And what did it look like? What did it look like?
It is somewhat modeled off Tamara Morrison. Full head of dark hair, sort of strong features.
So more like Django then, because Django had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really interesting. Question number 11. What is the name of the cancelled Star Wars video game that was set to feature Boba Fett as the main character?
Oh, Garrison, you should know this one. This is a video game.
Yeah, Garrison.
Thing. The Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett. No.
Wait. What, isn't it 1313?
Yes, it is 1313.
Okay,
That's the point for you. Congratulations.
No, actually, Darius had put it up first.
Oh, he did? I didn't even see it.
It was up. Darius put it up before you said it.
Our final question of this round. How many people have portrayed Boba Fett on screen as of 2022? I will just take a number, Kyle.
4.
No.
Like 10. No. Is that too
4,
high?
no,
Too low?
Reese. Bit low.
10 is low? Far out.
How
17.
many people have
17.
portrayed Boba Fett? Oh, Kyle, you know, I'm going to give you the point. You are really close. As of my count, which has been triple checked, 15.
15.
I will run
Oh yeah,
you.
because
Wow.
what's his face was. Yeah, that was 2. He did it
I
twice.
will run you guys through the list if you're interested. 15 cardboard cutout cosplay. Congratulations. First up is I'm talking on screen. So voices, stunt doubles.
Yeah,
Okay.
We have Daniel Logan in Attack of the Clones as young Boba Fett. Mark Austin in the A New Hope Special Edition, who was a voice, I believe, in both Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, the iconic Jeremy Bulloch we all know and love. John Morton also voiced Boba in Empire Strikes Back, and Jason Wingreen after a redo of some of the audio pieces. Don Bees was another stunt double in Return of the Jedi. As of the current book of Boba Fett, Finnegan Gary is young Boba in those flashbacks to Camino with the reflections in the window. Tamara Morrison, obviously, in Mando Boba Fett, and the re-release of Empire Strikes Back, he voices Boba Fett, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
When they re-released Empire, they went back and got him specifically to record the lines. We've got number 9, Don Franks, who was Boba Fett in the Star Wars Holiday Special. He voiced the animated section. Eddie Perez was a Boba Fett stunt double in Mandalorian. Akio Kaneda was the original Japanese audio for Boba Fett in Star Wars Visions. I'm going to leave him till last. We've got Glenn Randall, who's a stunt double in Return of the Jedi. Bob Yerkes put the costume on in someone's backyard to film the skiff landing close-ups. Lewis Friedman is one single shot of Boba. He is an uncredited unit supervisor, but still technically in there. And the final person to wear the Boba Fett costume is none other than a gentleman called Dickie Beer.
Dickie Beer.
Bro, legendary name.
He is the stunt double who fell into the Sarlacc pit. And he also played Luke Skywalker stunt double in that scene. So he fights himself. Dickie Beer, the icon of Star Wars.
Legend.
Dickie Beer.
Legend.
Dickie Beer.
You know, he got so beat up in school.
I would drink that beer. That sounds
congratulations.
Good.
Congratulations.
But wait a minute. Okay, so did what's his face? So who voices him in the Clone Wars? In the cartoon?
Did I miss that?
16.
Because there's 2 people that should have voiced him when he was child Boba Fett, and then
Daniel Logan. It's Daniel Logan. He voices Boba Fett. So yeah, technically still on that list.
I was trying to count them. Like, okay, I know I'm trying to picture scenes, stunt doubles. I was trying to look at everything. So I got 17. But I missed. It's not a hangover. It's just some Dickie Beer. Nick, that's crazy. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, I wouldn't say I killed it, but
Kyle, you did super good in that round. I'm impressed.
Well, that's just because I listened to the books. I just listened to 3 books in 2 days.
Damn it. I was so close to you both having no answers for any of these questions, but I've been foiled again.
Well, because I was like, dude, let me go back, because I was thinking like, all right, I'm just rambling off shit on the show. And I was like, dude, I don't remember there being any Sand People. I said that there were Sand People in the book, that the Sand People, he worked with the Sand People. And then I went back and listened to the books. I was like, dude, I'm full of shit. I'm just rambling off shit. I'm just talking. I said, I gotta go back and fix that. I gotta stand up and say, I was wrong. I was wrong, guys. I'm sorry.
That was hard. Charlie.
That was tough for you. Well done. Thank you, Garrison. I really appreciate it. Before we disappear and say goodbye, I wanted to take a moment to say that next week I have been kindly invited onto Clone Army Radio to join them for their weekly show. And I am super excited, and I can't wait to talk all about Lightsaber Radio, and I will make sure the links are in our socials so that everybody can listen in and join in.
And then I think that, if I'm not mistaken, sometime in February, we're going to be on the 313 podcast on theirs.
We are.
We're going to be
doing the
on
Have
there.
a Chat
Yeah, have a chat. So everybody come and join that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. And
Dylan has also kindly invited all of us onto his podcast at some point, Under the Helmet.
Yep. So
which will be super sweet.
There was something else that I wanted to announce. There was something else I just talked to somebody and they wanted us to come on their podcast. I don't remember who it is. I have to check the email.
That's fair.
But yeah, we've got
a lot going on at the moment. I'm excited. Yes, Rural Farm Boy. I'm glad you know them. They seem like a really, really nice pair of guys. Really friendly.
I was listening to it. I just wish they had video.
I know.
Joe Rogan invited me to his podcast, so you know what I mean. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you wish. We get on Joe Rogan, man. We in the big times then.
I would politely decline if that's all right with you guys. You guys can have that one. I think if I came face to face with Joe Rogan, I would explode. Love him, but two very different people, Garrison. Two very different people. On that note, I cannot thank everybody enough for joining us in the chat this week. It has been a fantastically fun episode. CJ, you were dearly missed, but we will see you on Wednesday.
At least he chimed in.
He did chime in. It was nice to see him for a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. As always, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to join our live shows on Wednesdays and Saturdays, where we talk about anything and everything Star Wars. It has been a fantastic show. Be kind.
Yes, it has.
Be safe. And as always, from me and all of my Star Wars paraphernalia, may the Force be with you. Always.
Thank you for tuning into LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.